Have you ever been surrounded by people and still felt completely alone? You're sitting at a family dinner. Everyone is laughing. Friends are talking. Phones light up with messages. Conversations flow naturally around you. But somehow, it feels like you're watching life through a thick glass window. You smile when you're supposed to smile. You answer when someone asks a question. You even enjoy the moment. Yet deep inside, there's a quiet voice asking, why do I feel like I don't truly belong anywhere? Maybe you've wondered if something is wrong with you. Maybe you've convinced yourself that you're simply bad at relationships. Or maybe you've become so used to this invisible distance that you've stopped trying to explain it. Because how do you describe a loneliness that exists even when you're not alone? Most people think feeling disconnected means you just need more friends. But the truth is, disconnection rarely begins with the people around you. It begins with the invisible stories your brain has been telling you for years. The strange part is that many people who feel disconnected are kind, intelligent, caring, and deeply empathetic. Their struggle isn't a lack of love. It's the way their mind has learned to protect itself. Today, we're exploring the hidden psychology behind why some people feel disconnected from everyone. And more importantly, how they can slowly find their way back to genuine human connection. Because sometimes, the walls that protect us from pain also keep us away from love. Imagine your mind as a lighthouse standing on a rocky shore. Its purpose is to guide ships safely. But after surviving years of storms, it begins shining less toward the ocean and more toward the danger. Instead of searching for connection, it constantly scans for disappointment. Psychologists call this a protective bias. Your brain is designed to remember emotional pain more strongly than emotional comfort. From an evolutionary perspective, this helped our ancestors survive. Missing one dangerous situation could be fatal. Missing one pleasant conversation rarely was. The result? Your emotional radar slowly becomes tuned toward rejection instead of belonging. Imagine joining a new workplace. A coworker forgets to invite you for coffee. Another one is simply busy. Most people move on. But someone carrying emotional disconnection may quietly think, maybe they don't actually want me here. The event lasts 5 minutes. The emotional story can last for months. Without realizing it, the lighthouse keeps searching for storms instead of safe harbors. And this leads to the first hidden mechanism. The first trap is emotional invisibility. Many disconnected people don't actually hide from others. They hide parts of themselves. Carl Jung believed every person carries what he called a persona, the social mask we wear to fit into the world. The mask isn't always unhealthy. We all adjust our behavior depending on the situation. The problem begins when the mask becomes stronger than the person underneath. Imagine someone who always says, I'm fine. They never share disappointment. Never ask for help. Never admit fear. Friends describe them as calm and easygoing. But inside, they're carrying anxiety, sadness, and exhaustion alone. Over time, something painful happens. People become close to the mask, while the real person continues feeling unseen. It's like living inside a beautiful house where every window is covered. People can admire the outside, but no one ever sees the light inside. Eventually, loneliness grows. Not because nobody cares, but because nobody truly knows who you are. And when authenticity disappears, the heart begins searching for connection in silence. That silence brings us to the second hidden mechanism. The second trap is expecting rejection before it happens. Attachment theory explains that our earliest relationships teach the brain what to expect from future relationships. If emotional needs were ignored, criticized, or met unpredictably, the nervous system may learn one painful lesson. Don't expect people to stay. The amygdala, the brain's emotional alarm system, starts acting like an overprotective security guard. Instead of waiting for evidence, it assumes danger first. Imagine sending someone a message. Hours pass without a reply. A secure mind thinks. They're probably busy. A disconnected mind quietly whispers. I said something wrong. The facts haven't changed. Only the emotional interpretation has. It's like carrying an umbrella every single day because it once rained unexpectedly. Eventually, the umbrella feels normal, even under clear blue skies. This constant expectation of disappointment slowly pushes people to withdraw before anyone has the chance to hurt them. Ironically, the fear of rejection often creates the loneliness it was trying to prevent. And that's where another invisible force begins to grow. The third hidden mechanism is living inside your own thoughts. People who feel disconnected often become expert detectives of their own minds. They replay conversations, analyze facial expressions, question every sentence they spoke. Cognitive behavioral therapy describes this as cognitive distortion, patterns of thinking that quietly reshape reality. One of the most common is mind reading. Believing you already know what other people think, without actually asking them. Imagine leaving a party. On the drive home, you replay one awkward joke. You convince yourself everyone thought you were strange. Meanwhile, everyone else has already forgotten the moment. Your mind becomes like a theater that keeps replaying the same scene long after the audience has gone home. The more attention you give those imagined judgments, the less attention you give the real relationships waiting to grow. Eventually, your inner world becomes louder than the people around you. And when that happens, connection starts feeling impossible, not because people are absent, but because your thoughts never stop speaking. Still, there is one final mechanism that quietly ties everything together. The fourth hidden mechanism is forgetting yourself while trying to belong. Many people spend years adapting to everyone else's expectations. They become whoever the situation requires. The responsible one. The funny one. The helper. The listener. At first, this seems like kindness. But over time, it creates emotional exhaustion. Freud once described defense mechanisms as ways the mind protects itself from emotional discomfort. People-pleasing often becomes one of those defenses. It protects us from conflict, but distances us from authenticity. Imagine always agreeing with your friend's plans. Always saying yes. Always avoiding disagreement. Eventually, people know your answers, but not your opinions. They know your kindness, but not your dreams. It's like becoming a mirror that only reflects everyone else. After years of reflection, you begin forgetting your own face. This is why so many disconnected people struggle to answer one surprisingly difficult question. What do I actually want? The prison was never built by locked doors. It was built by invisible habits. But here's the encouraging truth. The same brain that learned disconnection can also learn connection. Neuroscience calls this neuroplasticity. Your brain is constantly changing based on repeated experiences. You are not permanently trapped inside old emotional maps. New experiences can slowly redraw them. The journey doesn't begin by becoming more interesting. It begins by becoming more honest. The first principle is simple. Practice small moments of emotional honesty. Instead of automatically saying, "I'm okay," try saying, "I've had a difficult day." That single sentence may feel terrifying at first. But psychologically, vulnerability creates trust because it signals authenticity. Imagine telling a close friend you've been feeling overwhelmed. Instead of judging you, they share something they've been hiding too. Suddenly, the conversation becomes real. Connection doesn't grow through perfection. It grows through truth. The second principle is to challenge the stories your brain creates. Remember, your thoughts are detectives, not judges. Sometimes detectives make mistakes. The next time someone doesn't reply immediately, pause before creating a painful explanation. Ask yourself, what evidence do I actually have? This simple CBT technique interrupts automatic thinking before it becomes emotional reality. Instead of feeding fear, you feed curiosity. The third principle is to reconnect with yourself before trying to reconnect with everyone else. Spend time discovering your own preferences again. What music genuinely moves you? What conversations energize you? What dreams have you quietly ignored? When you know yourself better, you stop depending on other people to tell you who you are. A tree grows stronger because its roots grow deeper, not because it chases every passing wind. The fourth principle is to build connection slowly instead of searching for instant belonging. Real relationships aren't fireworks. They're campfires. They become warmer through consistency. Send one message. Accept one invitation. Share one honest story. Smile at the familiar face you always pass. Small repeated moments activate trust inside the brain far more effectively than dramatic gestures. Every genuine conversation becomes another brick removed from the invisible wall you've been carrying. Finally, remember something many people forget. You do not need everyone to understand you. You only need a few people who truly see you. Human connection has never been about quantity. It's about emotional safety. When someone listens without trying to fix you. When someone remembers the little things you told them. When someone accepts both your strength and your vulnerability. Your nervous system slowly learns a new lesson. Maybe I'm safe here. And that lesson changes everything. Because the opposite of loneliness isn't simply being surrounded by people. It's being emotionally known. If you've spent years feeling disconnected, don't mistake that feeling for your identity. It is not who you are. It is simply the survival strategy your mind learned. And survival strategies can change. Slowly. Patiently. One honest conversation at a time. One courageous step at a time. One genuine connection at a time. As Carl Jung wisely suggested, becoming who you truly are is one of the greatest journeys a person can take. Perhaps the distance you've been feeling isn't a sign that you're broken. Perhaps it's an invitation to stop hiding from yourself. Because the moment you allow the real you to be seen, you also give others permission to meet the person they've been missing all along. If this video resonated with you, let us know in the comments. Have you ever felt disconnected even in a crowded room? Your story might remind someone else that they are not alone. If you enjoyed this exploration into the hidden patterns of the human mind, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next psychology documentary. Thank you for watching until the end. This is MentaraX, keep exploring the hidden psychology of the human mind. I'll see you in the next video.